This session we're going to look at scenes, a bit more about how you recall and save scenes, and then looking a bit at how we might use libraries as well. So these are a couple of time-saving features of the desk that allow you to configure things in a certain way and save them and then recall them back later. So we've touched on scenes a little bit at the beginning, but I'm going to do a bit more in depth on that now. So to get to scenes, as we did before, you press the scenes button on the desk, and that will load up the scenes that you've got access to. So the ones that you see will depend on who you're logged in as, and you have a different range of ones and different options depending on who you are. So that you can see the list of scenes there. They're numbered 1 through to about 300, I think is the most. So that's the list. You can scroll the list using the rotary there, or you can use the touch screen. You can then look at options on the right here. So one we've touched on before is recall. So when you've got a scene selected, so you select it there and you tap on the go button, and that recalls the scene and loads that into the desk, configures it as set. You can also do some other things down here. So you can store a scene. So that will allow you to write the current desk settings into a scene. And if it's already one that's named, it will overwrite that. But that might be quite useful. So you might load a scene at the beginning of a Sunday morning, make some changes to it, and at the end of that think, actually I want to keep those settings so that you can get them back to them next time. So you can then make those changes and store it back again, and then those will be available the next time you're there. And most of the things that you will change on the desk during a Sunday morning are going to be saved in the scene. So if you make changes to any of the EQ or the channel settings, the majority of those will be saved with the scene and recalled next time, so you don't have to do all that setup. So that makes it quite easy. But as I say, you can basically go through. So if I scroll down, so I've loaded a scene in. If I want to go down and save it somewhere else, just so I can try that out, scroll down to an unused one there, right out of the way. I've now got the store option. I can't do any of the others, they're all greyed out. But if I tap on store, that will overwrite whatever was in there with my new scene. I can then change the name. So if I go on there, I can go in there and give it a name that's helpful for me. Type that in. Okay, so that's now saved. So that's saved whatever I was doing as a new scene, and I can then do that. If you want to delete one, then that's the delete button. The other options we're not going to touch at the moment. But that's basically scenes. So if I can go in there and say, right, I can make changes, and if I make changes and I want to get them back again, so if I go through and change things on the desk and realise I made a mistake, I can recall back to the scene as it started, so I can just recall on that, or I can go and choose a different scene and load things from that as well. So that's basically how you use scenes. So the next part is looking at how we might use libraries. Now, libraries appear in a lot of places on the desk. So you can use them for channels, for EQ, compression, gates, input output. There are lots of places libraries appear. I'm only going to look at a very small part of that, really concentrating on channel and EQ because they're the ones you're most likely to want to use. But once you understand how libraries work, the way you use them is the same everywhere. So I've got my scene loaded and I want to look at how I set some things up. So let me go back up to the top and pick one I want to use. I've got a test one I set up. I call my scene. Right. So we're going to processing, and we've been around the desk. You can make all the changes by hand, of course. But you also have on the top left of the screen here, right next to the preamp rotary, a button that says library. And that's what gives you access to the preset things within the desk. So if I'm on the channel summary, as I am here, which is what I get to when I first press the processing button. So my highlighted channel here is guitar 1. So that's got settings in that I've already set up, that's fine. But what I've actually done is I've just got a new band member coming today who's joined this band temporarily, and he's on guitar 2. So I select guitar 2. There's nothing on that at the moment, so I could go in and do it all manually. However, this particular musician has played before. So rather than starting from scratch, I'm on the channel, I press library. That gives me the input channel library. The input channel library is the preamp, the EQ, the high pass filter, gates and compression all in one place. So You've got a set of factory installed ones, so there's some predefined ones if you want to try one of those, and you've got user defined ones, which are the ones that we've created. So what we've started to do is save individual musicians in the channel library so that you've got access to them. So for instance, we've got AG guitar, so if he comes and plays in this band and isn't normally, then the settings that have been saved from another scene from another Sunday have been put in there. So I can pick one of those again, selection as in everywhere else, use the rotary and use the touch screen, and then when you're ready and you want the one, you've got the one, you press recall. Before I do that, the things you can choose whether to include the preamp, so that's the initial gain setting. You can choose whether to include the name of the channel, so that's what you see on the channel strip, and you can choose whether to recall the colour. All of those can be turned on and off, so I can choose whether to include those or not. Normally I'd probably include all of them. So I'm currently on guitar 2, I've selected that one, I hit recall, and that now, when I get back to the summary, because I said keep the name, it's now changed the name of that channel, and it's also included all of the EQ and the high pass filter and the other settings that were on that channel that saved into the library. So again, I can go into that, I can have a look, so there's my EQ, my high pass filter set, and the preamp settings are in there along with the 48 volt. So everything that I needed for that channel has been recalled because I saved it. Again, if I make changes to that, and I think actually this would be useful elsewhere. If I go back out to the processing section and go to library, I could now save this as either update the existing one or add a new library setting. So if I do store a new, that will create a new one. If I do overwrite, that will update the existing one. So that allows me to do that on any channel. So we're starting to build up a library of those. So for instance, on the handheld mics, if you know that one person predominantly is using the handheld mic today, so on handheld 2, I'd go to that on the desk, I select handheld 2, I go to library, and I say, right, well I know that actually Josh is going to be using the handheld for most of the time this morning, and we've saved his EQ and settings from before, so I can recall that, and that now has set that up for me. I still might fine tune it because we would typically do that on the day, but at least it gives me a fairly good starting point on that channel now. And the same, you can do that on the lapel mics, and what we will do over time is build up those libraries. You can do the same on EQ, for instance. So if I go and pick a different channel and I look at the EQ settings, if I'm within the EQ screen, I can go to the library, and this is now showing me the parametric EQ library. So that's a different library. It's only going to affect the EQ and optionally the high pass filter. But again, we've got some things that we've pre-saved. So you might say, well, we've got a general handheld one. You've got a setting for 1 or 2 individuals. We've got one though, we set it for somebody doing a reading because that typically they're much further away and that they use the mic differently. But that works in a similar way. Select the one I want, hit the recall, and that will update the EQ now based on that library. Obviously, if you wanted to keep what you've got on there before, you need to make sure you've saved that somewhere else, either in the scene or in the library already. But if I decided actually I don't like what I've just done, I can go back to scenes. The one I want is there. I hit go, and that's now returned the desk back to how it was before. So if I go back to processing, and my guitar 2 has gone back to guitar 2, and my handheld has gone back to handheld, because that's what was saved in the scene. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what we can do a little bit more with scenes and with libraries. As I said, with libraries there are lots of places where this applies, but the way you use it is very similar. All of that is saved as part of the what we keep on the desk each week. So it means that hopefully over time we'll get a bigger and bigger set of predefined ones that just make it a little bit easier when you get setting up in the morning.